name's Vincent Sema. I have been appointed as the commander of this mission. A mission that needed a crew. A crew that I needed to select. I have a choice of 10. I can only pick 4. Siobhan Hartigan, an archaeologist with some unconventional methods. Some of which have angered those who have employed her services. Some of the time. Malcolm Winters, the military man. He doesn't talk that much. Which means when he does talk, you might want to hear what he has to say. Because he considers it worth speaking of. Alessandra Iacovelli. She knows her way around the sublight engines, along with pretty much anything else on a ship that you'd need to be well maintained. She doesn't like going on ships though. Ash Mahofer? Yes, the botanist. Apparently he got where he is today because of some tone-deaf singing and guitar playing, although that wasn't confirmed. Regardless, as far as botany is concerned, he knows what he's doing. Then we have I don't know how he got on this list. Benoit Verdier. A certifiable genius, although his personality and ethics in one or two areas a bit lacking. There's only one who could remotely get on with, and he's not me. He needs to see a therapist. Kirsten Barrasso. Now there's someone on borrowed time. Has cancer, but is cleared for one last mission. If the people on Earth can't figure out a way of, curing her, she won't live to see the 16-man mission. And I use man a bit loosely there. Nikolay Lebedev. Now, he's someone who made the jump drive in the first place. That will make this mission possible. A bit advanced in years and might be injured a bit easier. But that didn't stop him from being put on this list. He and Benoit Verdier get on with each other Surprisingly. Miriam Wagner. The idealist. Also an applied physicist. And is the diplomatic type. Oh, sorry. If you need something resolved between the other crew members, she's the one you go to. She gives me that impression. Simon Castillo, the businessman. When it comes to economics and business, he's someone who knows what he's doing. Anything else? Not so much. Zoe Creed. Yes, the Australian blogger. When it comes to information and finding it, apparently she's the Sheila you go to. And those were her words, by the way. That aside, she's thorough when it comes to her research. Which is why she's on this list. Let's see. Malcolm Winters. Yes, you're definitely on this mission. As is Alessandra Iacovelli. Also, it'd be a crime not to include Miriam Wagner. And yes, Zoe Creed, you're in. Now for the ship size, or rather shape. Now that was a decision in itself. The Ulysses, a good all-rounder, not bad at anything. Then we have the one that is bigger, tougher, but can't carry as much and go as far. Can't store as much fuel either. And on the other end of the scale, we have one that has large amounts of cargo space and durability, but can't really get you as far. I'll stick with the Ulysses. Now for the colour. Need to make it stand out. Yes, that'll... No, yes, that'll do nicely. Now for the lander. The Odyssey, quite durable. Decent cargo space, but not that good with fuel. The Pathfinder, not that durable, to be honest with you. The Serenity, good all-rounder, but landing could be difficult. Yes, the Odyssey is probably more fitting and safer. Yes, I'll go with that one. And now for a call sign for transmitting to Earth when I get to Alpha Centurai. Yes, Carbanook. And now to get this started. I just need to wait a while for that to happen. I look forward to it greatly. It started out so well. The jump drive was initiated. Then started a disaster which you could rank alongside the Titanic and the Hindenburg. How did we get into this mess? I honestly have no idea, but I know how this journey started.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I left Earth's atmosphere with minimal problems. The same could be said about the docking procedure. And then we set a course for Mars. Where we needed to travel to next to acquire the exotic matter to fuel the jump drive for the trip to Alpha Centurai. There were some initial teething problems with the sublight engines. Neat ship. But we were eventually able to travel in the general direction of where we wanted to go. Maintaining a standard orbit on the other hand. Thankfully we had autopilots for that. A wasted opportunity. Why the mining operation or anything on Mars wasn't named after David Bowie because of, well, no matter. Miriam Wagner wanted to go down to the mining operation because the exotic matter was there. And she wanted to collect it personally. Not as good a pilot as Malcolm Winters, but good enough to land. She acquired the exotic matter, and as a bonus, she also acquired shielding for the Ulysses. I'll have to have Mrs. Iacovelli to install that once it's on board. Best not to take any chances. Both the experimental shielding and the exotic matter was on board. we just needed to install the shielding and put the fuel in the ship. And those were the parts that went well. The rest of the crew were in high spirits, and we had some fuel spare. All checks were clear of the lander and the ship itself. All that remained was well, to start the journey to Alpha Centurai. According to the data, we went way off course. Miss Creed received a concussion, but nothing too serious. We found ourselves in a debris field. Surrounding a glowing sphere, which was interfering with our jump drive capability. While it's active, we were stuck at sublight. The only thing we knew at the time was this wasn't Alpha Centurai. Thankfully, there was a opening that we could dock the sphere with. Mr. Winters entered the sphere, and any communication problems were not between us, but with the systems of the sphere itself. Although, apparently, it was some kind of translator. I gave the order to install it. It will likely come in handy where we're going. He also forced apart some kind of keystone, which shut down the sphere, and so we were free to leave. We had a long journey ahead of us, so before we proceeded to make that journey, we decided to explore the local system for supplies. Apparently there are still a few teething problems with piloting the Ulysses. Hopefully the Odyssey will be easier to control on Otto Smith. Sensors on board the Ulysses and also the Odyssey at closer range. The carbonates that could be used to refuel the Ulysses weren't too hard to find, although balancing fuel consumption and taking into account the local gravity are issues more specific to the lander itself. Thankfully, Mr. Winters was as capable of pilots as I was informed he was. Then he proceeded to start mining. Then moved on to the other planet in this star system. Having fuel for the jump drive is good, but what is also good is having fuel for the sublight engines, not to mention life supports, without which it would be a choice of choking to death or freezing to death. It would also be nice to have materials to repair any damage to the ship itself. Hopefully, where we're going, we'll have plenty of both. And where we're going is the planet Beagle. Seriously? That's what this planet is... Oh, forget it! This planet had primitive life in it, but that wasn't my priority. I ordered Mr. Winters to gather gas, which was needed to fuel the ship's systems, the aforementioned sublight engines and life supports. Not as easy as mining, but it was not beyond his capabilities. He determined that he had as much as he could acquire from that event, so he moved on to the materials for hull repair. The jump drive caused structural damage with each jump. So it was recommended to make repairs periodically. We then left Beagle, although I'm surprised it isn't called Porthos, and then decided to investigate the nearby cluster of asteroids. As there is the hope that there are useful materials there as well. While taking into account the gravity of the local star, with some minor difficulty. Compared to the debris field around the sphere we encountered earlier, this was much more dangerous as the asteroids were bigger and moved around. Although the scanners picked up valuable materials within at least 2 of these asteroids. Thankfully, the Ulysses was armed with some mining lasers. Which had this task in mind. Considering that the sphere is not of human origin, there is the possibility that we'll be using them against something more aggressive than floating bits of rock in space. Materials were found. If not to us, then they might be to some other sentient race that we encounter between here and Earth. Quite rare. Seeing no more reason to stay in the asteroid field, we left. it was decided that some refueling was in order. Make some spaces in our gas storage. And it was recommended to make some repairs. So that is what we did. Because there will be some damage with each jump, so it's best not to be negligent with maintenance. We then took an inventory of what we had, a number of personal items, some more immediately useful than others. We then made our first jump on our long journey home. We then had to decide on our next destination. And that next destination, based on available resources, was Alpha Centurai. Oh, damn that Benoit Verdier. It was his idea, wasn't it, to have us materialize that close to a star? Anyway, we proceeded towards a asteroid field when we had an encounter with another race. Based on that initial contact, the looked appear to be an economically minded race. Regardless of their attempt to offer us a loan, they appear to be quite devious. The first contact went without incident, and directed us to one of their commercial centres. Something which I think will be a good idea to visit, considering the lack of medical supplies. And this will also give us the opportunity to sell what we don't need. But first, this system needs to be explored. We need to maintain fuel and also hull integrity if we want to get back to Earth alive. And not as corpses, perhaps centuries later. To clear some space, that it was a good idea to refine some exotic matter. That way we'll have one more jump. Business concluded in this asteroid field. Mostly. Although it would help if the paint isn't scratched. At the rate we're going with all these scratches on the ship, like a wreck when we get back. I'm thankful for Miss Wagner's assistance with maintaining crew morale. Some things just can't be done alone. Sometimes I give the order not to use too much fuel to get to where we need to be going. Because we don't know when the next refueling will be. Or even if we can get to the gas on the next planet we're going to. Speaking of which, we achieve standard orbit around the next planet, which the computer decided to call Latham. Not too bad this time. So far in the maiden voyage of the Ulysses, we went way off course, gathered some resources on other planets, and made first contact with the Greeks. I feel so sorry for that race.